everybody, welcome to another video. This one is about plating. I'm going to try and set up a plating kit which will plate zinc plate my brackets and bolts and that, mainly off of the carburetor that I'm doing at the moment. But I bought a zinc plate kit. It's quite involved. You don't just dip it in and pull it out and it's done. No, you have to do quite a few things, and there's a few things I've had to buy to make it proper. I'm a complete novice. I know absolutely nothing about plating. All I know is that some of the chemicals that are involved are a bit dangerous. So, you know, because I'm old and I'm a bit gormless, I've got to be really careful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And hopefully if you're thinking about doing the same sort of thing, it'll help you sort of do it correctly or avoid the mistakes I make. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set everything up completely dry, right? I'm not going to mix anything. I'm going to set all the tanks up, run through a dummy plate, and then I'm going to mix all of the products and actually do it for real, genuine. Come along, have a laugh. Here you can see what I intend to plate. These are the items off of one carb, and I want to put these through the plating system to plate them. So look at them now to get an idea of what they look like, so that we can gauge when they're finished whether it was a success or not. So what I'm going to do now is wire them up to little wires so that I can use that to hang them on in the plating tank. This is the Gatrios 5 litre zinc plating kit. What you get in the kit is some crocodile clips and some wire, 4 bits of zinc, dry acid salts, ammonium chloride, GP1 alkaline cleaner, zinc chloride, xylite, maintenance fluid, blue passivate, yellow passivate, mixing tub with lid. So you've got to read that, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a dummy run up with dry. I'm not going to put any fluid in anything. I'm just going to put the chemicals in the buckets so that I know what to mix with what, and then I'm going to wire the plated items up. Then I'm going to run through as if I'm plating it, so that I'll know what to do. Right, so here is my plating kit ready. It's all dry, so there's no fluids or anything. What I'm going to do here is notice how each set of items has been wired up onto a bit of wire so that they can easily be lifted up and then suspended wherever they need to be suspended. Here is my setup. They're going to be put in that bowl there in Harpic 10, and Harpic 10 gets them unbelievably clean, gets rid of all the rust and everything. Then into this tank here, washed thoroughly, because this is going to be clear water. Just wash that thoroughly in there in water, and then from there into the dry acid solution. There's going to be a litre of dry acid solution, which they then get put into that after the wash in the water. When they come out of that, they then go into the plating bath. Now the plating bath is wired up with a little purpose-built power unit. One goes to the anodes, which are hanging around the edge, and the other buzz bar. I've got to make a buzz bar up across there so I can hang these off. Then they're left in there for about half an hour, 40 minutes thereabouts, and then they come out of there. They'll be washed in the water again, completely washed, and then they'll be hung up to dry for 24 hours, and then we'll come in and have a look to see whether my bolts and brackets are plated. If they are, then I can finish the rebuild of that carburetor. Right, so the tanks are readied and we're going to do our first bit of plating. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to concentrate on just this bit. Look at this bit so that you know what it was like to start with. It don't look that bad, to be honest. I've wired it up to, and now it's all wired up. I'm going to drop it into the Harpic 10. I'll leave it there for an hour or so, and then I'm going to wash it, water, dip it in the dry acid solution for about 2 minutes. I'm going to put hot water in here in order to heat this up, get it to about 20 degrees or there, 20 to 30 degrees. So hot water around there will help heat that up. Then when it's been in there for a couple of minutes, wash it again in the water again, and then I'm going to put it into the plating tank and immerse it for about 40 minutes. And then we'll have a look, see what it looks like, because that then will give us an understanding of what we're going to do with the rest of the plating. I've got a few bits here. I've got loads of stuff to plate from loads of different carburetors and little jobs that I'm doing. But I'm going to plate several different items to see what it'll come out like. Look at those items there. They aren't all off the same carburetors or anything. I'm even trying this spring and this choke rod. It's just a rod. I'm just seeing, you know, it might be completely useless. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Out of the Harpic. Real good wash. From there into the heated dry acid salts. That's going to be in there now for 2 or 3 minutes. And then after that, and now out of the acid, good wash, and then into the plating tank. Wrap the wire around the buzz bar so it makes good contact. Turn it on up to 10 volts. Then you plug it in. And then we leave it for 40 minutes. And now it's been in there for 40 minutes. So now what we've got to do is turn power off, remove it from the tank and wash it immediately in the water. And then we'll have a look to see whether it's any good. And there you go. Plated. That don't look that bad. And finally, into the passivation. 30 seconds, just moving it around for 30 seconds in the passivation tank. Just to give it that extra protection. Keep moving it around. And eventually, now that's got to be hung up for 24 hours to dry. Hanging up there, look, difficult to see at the moment. In the background, look, some of the other items. Difficult to see, but when they're all ready tomorrow, I'll put them on the bench and show you the final solution. Well, it's 24 hours later, and how did the plating come out? Well, that spring, that come up really nice. There's a choke rod, a couple of brackets from another carburettor I'm doing. There's that original piece that I was showing you. But also I've done the caps off of the Bros carbs, some bolts, little tiny brackets of spring. See, generally, what I can say, result-wise, it's a bit like painting a tank with an aerosol compared to painting a tank at a professional painting place. The aerosol ain't that bad. That'll do the job for these little tiny bits, but obviously it wouldn't be any good as production. However, there is one small problem which I've recognised straight away. Bolts. I ain't doing any bolts. I'm going to buy new bolts because these bolts have come out absolute crap. They don't look very shiny. The threads are very bunged up with plating, so it makes them difficult to screw in. So essentially, I'll only use plating for large items like those brackets, little tiny bits and pieces like I'm showing you here. So am I pleased with it? Yeah, I'm pleased because it can give me a better finish than paint. It's not factory, but it's quite nice. Now if you're doing a set of carbs up and they look reasonably nice, plating bits, yeah, I think it'll have the desired effect. New bolts, obviously, will get rid of the issue there. But yeah, not too bad as a DIY attempt.